We talk about it all the time, saying all roads lead to Florida, even Southwest Florida. This area figures into the nation's pulse in a number of ways. So in this week's show, we're looking at life on the cutting edge. Beginning with Field of Dreams, rising out of the earth in Charlotte County is a major planned community built on sunshine designed for the future.
It's kind of neat that we are the pioneers. We're out here with them and being the trailblazers. It's a whole new way to live with the solar aspect of the community, having the restaurant and the downtown shopping. It's just going to be awesome.
Then in Next Gen Medicine, we take you to a new research institute that has your genes in its sights. Unlocking personal genetic information is what they do. Plus, adding polish to pampering. In Cut File Style, we look at the latest in cutting-edge nail art. I'm Amy Osher. We'll also have the latest scoops from our news team, along with tips to give your golf game an added edge. I'm Amy Osher. Thanks for joining us. The world's first solar-powered town is being built right now in Southwest Florida. Developers call Babcock Ranch an eco-centered town, powered by the sun and innovation. For 90 years, this was a working ranch, acres of farmland with rotating crops run by cowboys. In 2006, Babcock heirs put the family property on the market. What developer Sid Kitson saw was a field of dreams. He purchased the land and set out to build a town of the future.
One of the first things that we wanted to do here was to create a great energy source.
Powered by the sun, the new Babcock Ranch includes a state-of-the-art, super-sized solar field.
And now, for many of you who have witnessed and seen the solar array, we're building, Florida Power and Light is building a 75 megawatt solar power generating facility.
A cutting-edge system with 400 acres of solar panels and 65 miles of cable.
That's enough energy for about 21,500 home sites.
The stage set, one important feature was missing.
We need this little thing called homes for people to live in. We can build all this stuff, but the key is having homes come out of the ground.
That's exactly what's happening. The first homes going from construction plans to construction. While the development is forward-thinking, houses are an ode to the past, with styles highlighting the trend towards front porch living.
I fell in love with it, where people were actually sitting on their front porch. Kids were playing on their front porch. I'm like, this is like a storybook fairy tale. It just doesn't happen down here in Florida.
Within the town will be a charter school and commercial businesses, making it attractive for home buyers and home builders.
So it's kind of neat that we are the pioneers. We're out here with them and being the trailblazers. It's a whole new way to live with the solar aspect of the community, having the restaurant and the downtown shopping. It's just going to be awesome.
Much of the ranch land is preserved and operations will continue, with room for residents to enjoy the great outdoors. At its core, Babcock Ranch is still a natural fit.
Well, I hope that people will use us as an example of smart growth and realize that, look, people are going to come and live here, so let's do it the right way.
Cutting Edge Medicine is coming to Southwest Florida with a newly launched nonprofit research center, making a home within FGCU's Emergent Technologies Institute. Focused on individual genetic makeups, it's the latest line of research that's changing healthcare. Instead of going big, the latest in medical research is going small, looking into a patient's unique makeup to cure what ails them. It's the guiding science behind the Clinical and Translational Genome Research Institute, which opened this month within FGCU's Emergent Technologies Park. With data gleaned from the federally funded Human Genome Study, which mapped the human DNA, experts are able to distill information and put it to practical use. Up to now, the science has been slow to trickle down.
We're focused on the clinical and translational part of genomic research. That means in the physician's office, bringing these new technologies to the physicians so they can help their patients better.
To accelerate the timeline from discovery to doctor, the local research team is looking at specific applications, using mature technology to give physicians a fast track to genetic information.
One of the things that we can implement more quickly is an area where we're looking at how genes affect drug metabolism. So All of us are different. We know that we all react differently to drugs. So we're looking at those genetic differences to understand better how to use that genetic information to select drugs and to dose drugs specifically for an individual.
Another area of focus will be cancer, using a tumor's genes to facilitate its demise.
You have to sequence the genetic signature of that tumor to find out what genes are mutated and what's causing that tumor to grow. Once you have that information, now you can start selecting which drugs will help inhibit that tumor growth.
Critical to this cutting-edge technology is a machine which maps DNA. Like the information itself, it's now attainable.
So a sequencing lab, it used to be that a lab would be the size of this room and cost millions of dollars. Now you can actually get a sequencer for $120,000 and it's the size of a microwave oven.
On the cutting edge of fashion these days are decorative nails. Stylish designs add the perfect polish, and no serious fashionista would step out without being properly turned out from head to toe.
My desk is back here. I am a nail tech at Profiles. I've been here for almost 15 years. Right?
You're going to do all of these, right?
Absolutely. Well, we do a lot of colored acrylics, a lot of gel polish, a lot of rhinestones, Swarovski crystals, bows, 3D flowers, things like that.
With the holidays coming up, this is a fun time of the year for us because people are going to explore a little bit more art than they normally would. Halloween is a really fun time for nail art.
Right? Hers are actually pretty grown out, so we would start with one of our metal carbide bits. Just to give us a fresh canvas to work on. I'm not even on her natural nail right now anyway. I'm just removing all the old product.
I'd say the most, wearable crazy stuff would be like 3D bows, full encrusted rhinestone nails, and lots of stilettos, lots of funky shapes. The active length is not in anymore. We do a lot of like a coffin shape or a ballerina. Pointy nails, square nails are totally not in anymore.
I'm gonna go with a coffin shape on her. It's just a, basically like a very tapered square nail. I mean, a lot of people will come in and say, oh, I'm too old for that, and that's just not the case anymore. I mean, really, it's all ages. I have clients that are in their 70s, I have clients that are in their 20s. These are all sparkles, and then we have one flat one.
We don't match anything anymore. There's no, like, all 10 have one color. No, we're putting signature fingers on, which means just like on your ring fingers, putting something crazy, or now we're seeing where all 10 nails don't match.
It helps to have some artistic ability. I mean, don't give me a pencil or anything like that and ask me to draw something for you. Some girls actually can do amazing faces and beach scenes, and then there's other things that are just like whimsical swirls, or filigree is really popular right now. Brides today do more than just pink and whites. They want white flowers. They want to do a lot of like see-through nails, netting, lace.
Is we want our nails to hold up, so we try different techniques and we test all of our stuff so that we know clients it's wearable.
I really love it when they just tell me to go wild and do what I want and to use my creativity, and basically just give me the freedom to explore what we have on our color wall and just go wild. I love it.
With a growing interest in gourmet cuisine, more home cooks are reaching for a good knife. A Naples man hopes this trend will sharpen his business prospects.
I am James Grosser, and I love making handmade cutlery from scratch.
The grandson of a jeweler and a watchmaker, it should come as no surprise that James Grosser chooses to work with his hands. After doing time as a photojournalist, he started tinkering on the side. Now a master craftsman, the Naples resident is one of a handful of people nationwide who make custom cutlery for sale. From start to finish, his pieces undergo a 20-step process that includes cutting and honing the steel and perfecting the hardwood handle.
There's something about something that works well that's also beautiful, and if it's not beautiful, it usually doesn't work very well. And I think the same is for a knife, you know, so like aesthetically, this knife is beautiful, but it's also a good knife. And it also has all the right stuff, and because of that, I think that's what makes it beautiful.
His full collection consists of 5 knives. They can also be purchased individually. While chefs are his biggest customers, you can find Grocer's cutlery on his Etsy site. Still to come, our news and feature reporters share their top tips and stories. We'll go behind the headlines and head into the newsroom after the break.
My name is Steve Unser, and cabinetry is my specialty. I have been creating custom designed cabinetry for 20 years in Southwest Florida. And now I am celebrating the grand opening of our new Naples showroom. Steve Unser Cabinetry will help you design your kitchen, bath, or home office with stunning results, offering the best quality of cabinets with a wide variety of design options and pricing to fit any budget. If your kitchen isn't becoming to you, you should be coming to us. Now 2 locations to serve you.
Hiring the right moving company is important. Best Moving and Storage is a family-owned and operated business serving Southwest Florida for over 22 years. From our free in-home estimate until the last piece of furniture is in your new place or stored in our climate-controlled warehouse, we treat you like family. Best Moving and Storage is fully licensed and insured, with all of our employees being certified drivers and packers. When it comes to protecting your treasured belongings, choose a company that's experienced and trustworthy. Call Best Moving and Storage today at 239-592-6565.
At Bear's 3-day sale, savings are easy as 1, 2, 3. Shop Florida's largest selection of 100% all genuine leather, like this Bernhardt sofa, just $13.97, or this luxurious Natuzzi sofa, slashed to only $11.97. This bed with 100% genuine leather padded headboard, just $4.97. Unbelievable! Hundreds of brands of luxury furniture and accessories ready for immediate delivery. Don't miss Bear's 3-day sale.
Hi, I'm Adam Fisher with the Naples Daily News, and I don't just write about high school football, I live it.
What's up, Mr. Fisher? Don't worry about it.
Catch up on the latest in high school football with Andy Sodergren and me, Adam Fisher, each week at naplesnews.com/prepzone. We make high school football real.
Our news team is always on the cutting edge. Each week we ask them to share tips and stories on the beat.
I'm Shelby Reynolds, and I'm a features reporter here at the Naples Daily News. I'm working on a story about a Naples woman who is a painter, and she also designs her own jewelry and sells it online through Etsy.com and through her social media accounts. She does all the heavy lifting herself. She uses copper sheets and actually uses power tools and saws and cuts them all down into shapes, and then from there makes them into necklaces. So she makes feathers, whale tails, lightning bolts. They're very hippie, bohemian, rustic looking, and they sell very well online. So you can find that story online at naplesnews.com.
Hi, I'm Greg Stanley with the Naples Daily News, and this week we're looking into the Picayune Strand State Forest. Collier County Commissioners are actually preparing and about ready to take the state back to court over the deal that created the state forest in the first place several years ago. At issue this time is the roads. According to the deal, when the county gave up all this land, the state was supposed to keep 2 or 3, several roads passable all year long. They haven't been living up to that end of the deal. The roads become flooded, especially on a very wet summer like this summer. They've been flooded and impassable, so people can't get into the state forest to camp, hike, everything else that they use it for. So the commissioners are looking into possibly suing them, forcing them to fix these roads, but it's complicated because it's not just the state, it's not just the South Florida Water Management District. They have to get approval from the feds. It's this bureaucratic tangle of preservation land, and they have to make sure the water levels are right and that enough water can pass under the roads. So some people in the county, including one commissioner, Georgia Hiller, wants to know if it's even worth it to not only go through the legal hassle of trying to force the state to make these fixes, but just the cost of the roads themselves, if they're worth it for how many people use them, or if they can just make something nicer like a gravel trail, something easy to get in rather than the full paved, raised roads. So we're really digging into this whole debate and hoping to shed light on what it would take to fix the roads and why the state is being slow to do it.
Hi, I'm Ashley Collins. I'm a reporter with the Collier Citizen, and this past week I worked on a story focusing on a foster family as part of a new regular series in our community publications called #SouthwestFloridaStrong, where we focus on individuals in the community making a positive impact, whether they be teachers, mentors. To check out this story and for more feature stories, you can check out our website at naplesnews.com. To nominate anyone who may be #SouthwestFloridaStrong, you can contact me at ashley.collins@naplesnews.com.
Hi, I'm Joey Craney, City of Naples reporters for the Naples Daily News, and on our website you can find a story I've been working on about new plans for a downtown promenade on the Naples Bay. This would be a project that would go on US 41 across the street from the Hyatt House on about a 2-acre piece of vacant land. And it'll be 5 restaurants with outdoor dining and rooftop dining that would overlook the bay. And the project's developer says the idea for the project comes from a problem that we have in the city of Naples where we're generally surrounded by water, but there's not that many opportunities to actually go out for dinner and actually sit and eat and look at the water. So he's trying to bring that project to the public, and the city's design review board gave preliminary approval for the project Wednesday, and now, pending final approval from the city's planning department, the project should begin construction at the end of this fall, and the developer hopes to have it open by tourist season in 2017. So hopefully for tourists who come or residents who live in Naples next year, you will be able to go out to eat in the city and look at the water. So you can stay tuned for that story on naplesnews.com.
Can't leave out our editorial team with so many important issues to consider. Here's our weekly commentary.
So you're wondering who won the presidential debate. I can tell you, the person who won the presidential debate is the person you're asking supported before the debate began. In other words, no one changed their mind, and no one will concede that their candidate had a bad night. Trump people insist that Trump won, Clinton people insist that Clinton won. If you happen to find an undecided person whose honest assessment is that one candidate did better than the other, that person will surely be shouted down by the other side. After Monday's debate, we saw a series of online polls, actually just surveys asking viewers who won. The scientific polls, the ones where they control the sample group, say that Clinton won. The unscientific ones, the ones that allow anyone who wants to weigh in, say Trump won. 2 things to bear in mind. First, in the unscientific survey, people might be able to vote more than once, skewing the results. Second, Election Day isn't a scientific poll either. There's no telling if the demographic that shows up to vote will match the demographic the pollsters are putting together today. So bottom line, even the polls on who won don't really tell us who won. We'll know who won Monday's debate and the 2 that follow, as well as the campaign in general, on November 9th, and not before. I'm Brent Batten with the Naples Daily News. Thanks for tuning in.
And talk about cutting edge, you've got to see it to believe it. The social media app Snapchat has a new application for use in the real world. Sunglasses that record bursts of video with a touch of the button. That's ahead and behind the headlines.
I'm Jeffrey Heitman, NCH. This is my hospital.
I'm Shona Vella McCunney, and this is my hospital.
I'm Thomas Parent, and this is my hospital.
My name is Kenneth Bookman, NCH. This is my hospital.
NCH, this is my hospital.
Still think real estate's a gamble? Not at Vineyards. When you look at the homes, amenities, the community itself, and the fact that Vineyards is debt-free, you can't lose. And here's our ace up the sleeve. A full golf lifetime membership, free with every new home purchase. We've stacked the deck in your favor at Vineyards. Come see our 15 new models open daily.
Hi, I'm Adam Fisher with the Naples Daily News, and I don't just write about high school football, I live it.
What's up, Mr. Fisher? Oh, don't worry about it.
Catch up on the latest in high school football with Andy Sodergren and me, Adam Fisher, each week at naplesnews.com/prepzone. We make high school football real.
Avoiding the dreaded slice, teaching pro Jim Suddy has tips that can give your golf game the edge. Here's our Help Yourself segment.
You all have this problem, I shouldn't say all, but 80% of you have the problem of slicing the ball. And so we're going to come with a few tips that are going to help you with the slice. To help me with this, I'm going to have Eric come in. And Eric, if you want to just sit over the ball and we'll talk about some of these things. The first thing that I want to talk about is every slicer I've ever seen has a weak grip. So if you look at his grip, it's turned to the left like this. So first thing, the grip controls the face, and the face is 70% of the slice. So get your grip turned to the right. That's got to be the first thing you do, and make sure it's in the fingers and not the palms. So he's got his grip to the right now, which is good. The next thing that we see causing slices is ball position. When you put the ball too far forward, the shoulders will be aimed to the left, and that's going to make you cut across the ball. When I say cut across, what I'm talking about is simply this. This is a cross, outside in instead of inside out. So he's going to get the ball more back in his stance, square up the shoulders like that, and you see his head is behind the ball. It's not right over the ball. Those are your setup issues. Now, as far as your swing issues, focus on just a couple of things, because you can't think of everything when you swing a golf club. Number one, try to make a good shoulder turn. So when he goes back, he's going to turn his left shoulder. You can see how his left shoulder is turned behind the ball. Okay, do that one more time. His left shoulder will turn behind the ball. That's good. Okay, and then the downswing. Here's what we have to focus on, the downswing. When you come down, we want your club to come down in here, inside out, not out here with the shoulders and arms doing the work. Inside out, and the very last thing to work on is what we call a release. A release is something, okay, you can go with me here. This is a release. See the club face? Most of you slicers are like this. This is your slice. We call that the old chicken wing. We don't want a chicken wing. What we're looking for is a good release. That's a good release right there. You can see how the hands have worked. Okay, Eric, go ahead and hit a nice little hook for me if you would, please. Oh, that's so good. I can't stand it. I wish I could do that. Very good. So if you want to get rid of your slice, make those little tips, you're going to make sure it's getting better. But one suggestion, work on one thing at a time. Thank you.
Snapchat built its business on disappearing messages, pictures, and videos, gone in an instant. Now the company is launching its first device that makes it possible to capture point-of-view video on demand. The future is so bright, they hope you'll buy their shades.
Snapchat is breaking into the fashion industry. Kind of. The company just revealed Spectacles, sunglasses that record video. The glasses allow wearers to record their daily activities in first person. Like with a traditional phone app, the glasses record videos in 10-second increments. Snapchat's CEO, Evan Spiegel, told the Wall Street Journal the camera has a 115-degree angle lens, which is closer to the human eye's natural view field. But that technology and the freedom to use both hands comes at a price. The glasses cost about $130. Along with the glasses reveal, Spiegel announced a company rebrand. Now Snapchat's website reads Snap Inc. and the homepage says it's a camera company. This is the first piece of hardware from the company, and some believe this is just the beginning of a series of business ventures. The glasses will be available in 3 colors. When asked about why he decided to release the lenses now, Spiegel said the spectacles were just for fun.
That's the latest and the end of our show. You can always connect with me through my Facebook page, Amy Osher Reporter. All of our shows are available online. Just log on to naplesnews.com. On the left-hand side, under Quick Links, select Behind the Headlines. I'm Amy Osher. See you back here next week.